Check. Is this thing on? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Bitcoin with a nice bounce here to 61,900, baby. And we called it here on the stream. Called it in the Discord this morning. Gave you guys a beautiful flag of the 5-minute time frame. It was the model, the 21 above the 200. Looks so beautiful. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. Let's have some fun. Let's do what we do every single day. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Yes, I did get a haircut. It's been a long time since I've gotten a haircut. Thank you so much for saying something. That's very nice of you for, mentioning my haircut. It's just you're a nice person. It's very, complimenting my hair. I mean, you didn't have to do it, but you did. I mean, it's a nice thing to do. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 9 minutes is time to watch, baby. And yes, but jump out of the 4-hour time frame and tell me what you think is going to happen. Oh, we're looking at the bigger all the way. Today, we're going to give you a top-down analysis from the monthly all the way down. But look, I mean, this looks like it's going to continue to pump to the target at 62,700 to the upside. Bitcoin getting a nice little pump here. It's in a flag on the 3-minute time frame. 3-minute may give you an entry here. If you're feeling scalpy, there's a scalp right here on the 3-minute time frame that I'm showing you. $63,000 target for BTC. Things are looking pretty good for Bitcoin. It doesn't seem to need a rate cut to survive. It's in its own cycle. Nice candle for Bitcoin. And this is simple stuff, folks. This is a flag. We trade it like this, trade it like that, however you want to trade it. You keep your stop below the previous low of the flag. It's very simple stuff. You don't have to be a genius to trade a flag, to trade the 21 above the 200 moving average. It did the same thing on the 1 minute, the 21 above the 200. Very tight price action. Something was brewing. And you can kind of see we're making a bit of a flag here too now. On the 1 minute that is breaking out, that's called an ascending triangle. That has a measured move somewhere up to about, 62.9. Shout out to the lifers that are in gains right now. 62,161 for the pump for Bitcoin. And yes, we did give you the call inside the Discord. And what I love about the Discord is we don't just throw gains in your face and say, ha, ha, ha. We say, look, this is how we made the gains. This is how the gains can be made. And I walk you through the process every single morning. Right here I am doing a video update. I'm taking you through blah, blah, blah. I'm talking, yada, yada, yada. I'm showing you all the different reasons why Bitcoin is bullish. And then I'm saying, hey, look at this flag here on the 5. I said, that looks like we can break out somewhere to about 62,700. You see? That's the target of this flag. If it continues, that's what's called the measured move. And we started saying, hey, that's a position right there that you could possibly trade, right? For BTC. Anyway, these are the updates you get for Bitcoin. I basically let you stare at the flag for a minute. It said trade the 5-minute flag. It is what it is, right? So let's see, little tiny scalp. Let's see what happens. You know, I wouldn't mind just getting in here, selling there, and calling it a day. You know, the less you're in the trades, the better. You know what I'm saying? Bitcoin. June 4.5 ETF outflows. That's crazy, right? June saw 4.5 billion and net outflows of U.S. spot ETFs. IBIT accounted for 3.55. Crazy. Sentiment says Bitcoin ETF have intensified near capitulation levels, signaling weak hands and rising holder frustration. You know what's interesting? It's like, why the heck would you buy the ETF to sell it off so quick? They didn't see the people that see. Here's the cool thing about Bitcoin. When you buy the ETF, you don't believe in Bitcoin. You believe in some type of getting rich quick off of an asset. You know, I don't mean getting rich quick. I shouldn't say that. But you believe, some people did. Some people did. But most people, the reason they didn't buy real Bitcoin is because they didn't believe in it. They laughed at us. They said, I'll buy the ETF and I'll speculate on them. I'll never own that trash, but I'll buy the ETF. You know, and now, because they don't own the real thing, they're not sure what they bought. And they're kind of queasy in the head. And they're like in the stomach. And they're like, you know what? And it's making their head sick. And they're like, you know what? I got to sell this thing because I don't know what the heck I own. Now, a guy that owns Bitcoin in his hardware wallet, he understands what's happening. He's in complete control. He's the guy that you want to be. You don't want to be the ETF chaser. Now, it's one thing if you believe in if Bitcoin strongly, and you like to keep maybe 20% or maybe half in Bitcoin, half in the ETF, just to keep yourself somewhat, you know, diversified in the way you store it. I get it, but it's not Bitcoin. The ETF is not Bitcoin. So I think they'll be able to let you get it. There was denomination, like you could get out in Bitcoin, right? But I figure you still had to get out in money and then come back and forth. Still a bear div here on the 5-minute time frame, telling me to be very careful of this trade right now. It may not be amazing. You see what I'm saying? I think the money was made this morning here, especially on a Thursday. You know, there's a little bear div here. You're swinging down on the RSI while you're swinging up on price with some wickage. We'll see. The bigger time frames are showing some goodness, though. Let's talk about it. Let's break it down here on the channel with Sam Price. My name is Sam Price, the Crypto Lifer. What's your name? Thank you for being here. May God bless your beautiful soul, and thank you for jumping on in and sharing your most precious asset with me, which is your time. Without your time, there is no show. Never going to happen. You see what I'm saying? There's no show without you. Don't you understand? There's no show without you. You are the show. You're everything to me. I'm everything to you. We create this amazing community. Well, I hope I'm not everything. I don't want to be weird, you know. But you know what I'm saying. Right now, at this present moment in time, we're building together something amazing. You're helping other people come to the show to learn technical analysis to buy Bitcoin at the right time. If the one thing I do is get people to understand where the greatest places to buy Bitcoin are due to probability, that's all I want to do. And I buy it in front of you. The Fear and Greed Index was at 5, folks, twice. Then it went to 8. Now it's back at 19. 19's a little high, you know, 58, 59. Now you're at 62. The point is, I like when this gets to a 5 and the stochastics RSI are below the dotted line on the 2-week chart. Every time I've seen that, we've had a massive reversal for Bitcoin. I'm not saying it happens every time, but almost. So look, see this little bear div here on the 1-minute time frame? Just be careful chasing price action towards the end of these pumps. When you see, look, swing down on the RSI, swing up. I wouldn't be going too crazy right now in a long. Just saying, I'd be taking some profito. All right? Out the Trizade. We could bounce. I'm not saying we can't. Be careful. It's It's a frisky night. It's a frisky day. There's a lot going on. Let's take a look at the monthly and see what's happening here on the monthly for Bitcoin. Which I already did and erased it. I don't know why, but I'm redoing it again. Or maybe I did. Yeah, okay. So, remember, at the end of everyone's saying, oh, well, we always go to the 786. We're going to go lower. I got my limit orders in at 40 to 55. Put limit orders in all through that range. But don't get pissed if you don't get it. You see what I'm saying? But don't be upset if it don't happen. You know, I'm just putting that out there. I would be DCAing into Bitcoin right now. If you were my son or my cousin, my best friend, I would tell you, you should be buying as much Bitcoin as you can. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get your own financial advisor. Do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. You know what I mean? It's kind of up to you. This is my life, a reality TV show of my life. The exchanges I use, if you'd like to use them, there's the links. You know, people hate on me. I don't know why. It's up to them. You know what I mean? If you want to join my Discord, there's a link. I've never forced anyone to join my Discord. People have all done it voluntarily. I'm here every single day. So look, there's a 618.65 Fibonacci level there that is just mouth-watering to me. You know, a massive asset coming back down towards this area. You know, and fine, if we do it, so what? I'm loving this area here. Now, yes, shoulder, head, right shoulder, but it is slanted. Its real measured move is to like the absolute dumpage. I feel like it's into the negatives. It doesn't make sense. No, seriously, like if I delete all the lines here, because I'm telling you right now, the algorithmic measured move of a head and shoulder pattern like this would be wick to wick. So it'd be the bottom of this wick to the top of that wick. And then you'd take it to the neckline, which is this line here. And it does give you a negative. So to me, it tells me that head and shoulder isn't going to. I've seen this before. I've seen patterns. They're a negative. But then when you do, like they don't play, they can't go where they say they're negative. Which tells me it's a false, you know, it can't happen. But again, and that's a theory I've played with in my mind. I never really talk about it with a lot of people. But I've dealt with it probably about, 20 times in my life where the pattern would make a negative move. And so then, like, can that measured move really be trusted? It can't because it's not real. And I've come up with this concept in my own mind. I don't, if you understand it, I get it. I don't have to explain every single thing that I look at when I trade because some things are just kind of built in my brain over time. And they're kind of like, I don't know. And I think you can connect with me on that. Like you're in some deep sauce in your own mind in some things. You probably can't convey every single thing that your subconscious mind is picking up when you trade. You could do your best, but you can't, you know what I mean? And shout out to July, man. July is about to disappear. I feel like it's going to be the end of July in like 2 seconds. And they say that they have sped up time. I feel like, I came here last year and we came here later. We had more to do. And I'll be honest, it's kind of strange. I've already been in this new location since like the 24th of May, which I find absolutely insane. You know what I mean? $169,000 Bitcoin somewhere by May of 2028. All right. And we'd have to start ramping up now. Thing is, then we would get another pullback. Now we could still come back. That's crazy. We could still bottom. What I would love is for Bitcoin's bottom to be above 100,000. You see what I'm saying? Like just bottom above 100K or around 100K. Like if the bottom for Bitcoin's 100K for the rest of my life, I'd be happy. Like I would take it. I 100x my investment. I got in around 1,000. I DCA'd. I bought tons of other Bitcoins. I did my thing, and $100,000 Bitcoin would be great. Now, there's opportunity for way more on the table, and that's why I believe it's a great asset because it's a store of value asset. It's not just a 10xer. You're not just trying to 10 bag. You're basically looking to preserve your wealth over time. You know what I mean? Some people 10 bag, then they speculated 10 other bags, and 5 of those bags go down the tubes, and then you know what I mean? Their over-speculation creates exactly that. Over-speculation, and it gets intense. We move to the 2-week chart. The 2-week chart is showing signs of a bullish divergence. There's a swing up here on the RSI while price action swings down, and I keep harping on this. And I spend a lot of time on the bigger time frames because everyone else is chasing the smaller ones. And it's important to step away and really look at the big picture. It's actually it's the most important thing you could be doing. And, a lot of people are going to make money here or there, leverage trading this and that. Buying spot Bitcoin will never feel better 5 to 10 years from now. Mark my words, everyone's going to listen to this in 10 years. See, I want to be right 10 years from now. I don't need to be right today. I'm not going to be the most popular guy today. I know that. I'm not looking to be, the most known thing right now. But 5 to 10 years from now, people are going to look back and be like, that was the guy. That was the guy that never stopped buying Bitcoin. That was the guy that had that Crypto Lifer show that he never took a day off from. I'd be like, yo, he's worth like hundreds of millions, man. That's that dude. $1 billion, couple bill. How many people believe they can make a couple bill in this lifetime or more? Put a 333 in the comment. Put your hand up if you believe you can make $1 billion in this lifetime or more. I believe it's possible for everybody here in the chat. You come up with an app, an idea, change the world. You know what I mean? You might tweak a robotic AI system that turns into tons of money. My mind's a scary place. I don't go in there alone. Oh, yeah, be careful. Who goes in there with you? Sammy, have you got a twin brother? You look different. Is it the haircut? No, I have an AI. I set AI in today. We're trying an AI live stream. And I'm actually hanging out with my kids right now. I programmed AI to say this. It's doing pretty well. So we programmed the AI to talk like it's not AI. But sometimes it has a few glitches. Like you'll see, see how it turns a little bit? See this? See, it has like it jerks a little bit, but whatever. It's the best we got. You know what I mean? I need a day off, so I set up this AI to run the live. It's doing really well. It seems to kind of be able to function the same way I function. I find it amazing. I'm watching it right now and telling it what to say, and see, it's just amazing. It's really cool. I can type in the words, it'll say it. Yeah. No need for all that kind of money. I'd be happy with 500 to 800,000. Don't let AI Sam hang out with the kids. You're funny. So the 2-week chart, bullish divergence. The weekly bullish divergence. Yes, we're below the 200, but that's the best place to buy Bitcoin in the history of buying Bitcoin. I believe this is one of the best chances to gobble up some BTC you will ever have in your lifetime. Right now, right here, today on the channel. Look, you have this support or resistance chop. If you fall down, you got a lot of support right there at 51,000. So if you buy in 61 and you drop 10K, oh no. 1/6 of my buy. Oh no. I've been down. I bought Bitcoin at 20,000 and watched it go to 3K. I bought Bitcoin at 60K and watched it go to, 15,000. I bought Bitcoin at 15 and watched it go to 128. You know what I'm saying? I bought whole Bitcoins at 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 13,000. I'm not scared. And most people would never have the guts to be out here doing what I do every single day. That's another thing. Just to have the guts to be out here every day and to be able to actually show people what you're doing with crypto and not be afraid, man. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. Never mind just the trading. Just like being out here on the general basis. Like getting flagged. People talk smack. So look, the 5-day chart, a bullish divergence. My indicators got it. The stochastics are low again. The RSI is low. Man, the 3-day chart, a bullish divergence on the end, a bigger bull div, a head and shoulder getting everybody to short that can create a massive short squeeze. And then the daily, putting in another bull div here, a very strong bullish divergence. Another thing that I keep repeating is this daily, to me, has a shaded region here on the RSI. The last time we were this low on the RSI was August of 2023. I keep pointing this out. And the low there of February. So it took every dump that Bitcoin had to get to these levels. Even the pandemic low was the last time we got to sell off that hard. Even the bear market bottom didn't have this much pressure on the RSI. If this isn't a bear market bottom, then the RSI isn't working correctly. You see what I'm saying? And it's a great indicator that's been working for a long, long time. So to me, this is a huge, huge deal if you don't look at it. And to me, it tells me that this is a massive area for Bitcoin buying. And it's a possible one of the greatest chances to buy Bitcoin in the history of Bitcoin's life cycle. I'm here to show you where the probability lies. You see what I'm saying? I'm here to show you where the probability lies. That's what I'm here for. That's the idea. If there's high probability somewhere, I want you to see it and take advantage of it. That is the plan. Why? Well, because I'd like to see as many people feel free like me. I don't have to stress. I don't have a boss. I don't have someone breathing down my neck. I mean, I do. I have YouTube breathing down my neck. Google, my Instagram, my Twitter. I'm working hard every single day. It's not easy. It's a 24/7 job to be a person online. Like, you know what I mean? To make a personality online. That's a full-time job. I don't almost recommend it to anybody because it's constant and you got to take a breather. Never mind just trading, being in the Discord. Just creating your presence online on a daily basis while with what's going on right now, it's a battle. So, the second you get rid of your real job, that like my job that I had, it becomes even harder, So look, this is a bit of a falling wedge that is breaking out. Is it sustainable for Bitcoin? I mean, to me, head and shoulder played out. We got a bit of a bottom. We double bottom. We played back to the upside. We got a bull div on the bigger time frames. They're telling me that you can long this daily now. It's a little late. It would have been nicer to long here, closer to the wick. Like you're already in the money. And I did give this trade last night in the trading group, and I talked about it, and I went over it on the 3-day, and I probably went over it on the daily here on the channel because I go over this stuff every single day. All right. And you would be in the money on that daily. We put out the scalps too. So not only do we give you long-term trades, but I also put out the scalps. And I called this exact bottom here, if you remember. We saw this as a shoulder, head, right shoulder, the higher low there, and the breakout, the falling wedge. It was a fractal too for 2022 that played out. Rejection of the 200 moving average, head and shoulders, and then we just continue to kind of wreck shop. Grab as much liquidity from right below. People that longed here thought they all had it. There was massive accounts there because big accounts like to long big time frame areas. So that's when a lot of people were long. Now, once you got to this area, that's why I like swing trading the most. You would have taken profits here. You can have, shorted this. We longed a little bit of this. We've shorted in here a little bit. I've given shorts in here. And now we're back. And I didn't give any shorts down here. Remember, it looked really bearish, but I just kept saying I wouldn't short this. And I was even saying, I don't know why it looks so bearish. And I kept staying long. They did liquidate me on a wick here, which pissed me off. You know what I mean? If I was just a little lower, I'd still be in that trade, but it's okay. I don't stress this stuff. I know if I keep showing up, I have a positive attitude, I believe in myself, and I do everything I can to have a good life, and I'm good to other people, that everything will be okay. You know what I mean? Like, I used to stress way more in my life, and my life was full. It was like I was always stressing out. Instead of just taking a deep breath and being chill about it, realizing that now I believe that God has got my back. And so if God has my back, there's just no reason to stress. You see what I'm saying? There's none at all. So that's how I look at it. Once you have faith, you realize that fear is for the non-believers. It's for the people that just can't hang. So look, that's already in. Bit of a beautiful double bottom there. 4-hour time frame has a beautiful bullish divergence too as well. Swing up to swing up. Well, that swung down. Strong move off the divergence. Now we just need to crack on through the 200. And this is the key. It's all about the 200 moving average. Specifically on the 1 hour. Look at the last time we got above the 200 on the 1 hour. Nice pump to the upside, one. Look when we lost it, a pump to the downside, which is, if you flip it upside down, it's exactly like trade. Look, we just traded this on the 5-minute today. The 200 on the other side of the 21, boom. You could have traded that short. I know I'm messing with your brain now, right? Yeah. But that's the point. I just flipped your subconscious into a new thought process. I did it on the live. No one else can do it the way I do it. Why? Because I've studied your subconscious mind. I know the mind more than most traders. They know trading. I know the mind and trading. I'm a Joe Dispenza type of weirdo, all right? I understand your brain in such a way that I can get you excited and I can get you to learn. So look at this. Like you've been waiting for a teacher like me to spark the deep interest inside your brain to get you going. That's what you've needed this whole time. You weren't stupid. You weren't slow. You weren't lazy. You just needed the right teacher, the right timing. That's all. You need things said in the right way, and you need someone to love you and talk to you with respect and love. Too many people talk to people with disrespect, and it's not easy to learn that way. But look, there's the 21 above the 200, and you're looking for these spikes. There it is there too. You're looking for these spikes, and you can trade this on anything you need. And so you're looking for these areas. Boom, look at that. Big green. You want to know where the green... Look, listen. Price action. Let's talk about price action for a split second. Price action goes sideways and makes big moves. Then goes sideways, big moves. Let's talk. Like, here's a nice big move. 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 We don't want to have to be in all this chop the whole time. Right? Do we want to be in all this? No, we want to catch these. So my system is perfect, is basically after going, and this is why it struggles sometimes, because if the market isn't amazing. But look, we want these. I want this. I want that. I want that. You know what I mean? You get it? I want this pump here. So I decided that the best pumps come when the 21 is hitting. Boom. Right there. Boom. So I said, why wait around and chop when I can just dagger? And that's why either my trades get stopped out or we boom. You've ever noticed that? My trades either, we fuddle around and I don't get, or we just, within a few minutes of me getting in, the thing starts to rally. And you're like, how did this guy know it's going to pump? Like, how many times on the live have I got into a trade and it's pumped? How many times? Anybody here? Because a lot of people run their mouth, but let's be honest, I've been here thousands of days. How many times have I opened up a trade here on the live? It is pumped. Anybody here in the chat? How many times have you seen me? Anyone here, just a random person, have you seen me open up a trade and you've seen it rip within probably the first 5 to 10 minutes of me opening up the trade? Put a 444 if you've seen it many times. Sell SIG 15-minute. Rejection on the 2-hour 200 MA. Knowing when not to trade is just as important as knowing when not. 100%. It's knowing when to. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. Knowing when not to trade is just as important as knowing when to trade. Yep. Praying that you have a personal experience with him, the Lord. He never disappoints, but Scripture does say he resists the proud, a word to the wise. Well, God saw that I had some proudness to me, and he wanted to get into me. He wanted to teach me. He wanted to use me as a soldier, as a lover of life, as a true disciple of Jesus and God, right? So God said, I like this man. I'd like to use him. I think he'll listen, but he's a little stubborn. And he's got a little pride to him, and I got to break that pride in him to get to him. And so my pride was broken. I was brought down to my knees, and my life was dissolved down to basically all my material things disappeared. I saw myself realizing I was where I was. Many times, 444. Look at this, 444. Funny, only that many people. Dude, come on, there should be 1,000 people here in the stream. Only that many people have seen me jump on in and seen the price pump. Maybe we got a bunch of new people. You know what I mean? So what God did is he stripped everything from me. He stripped my career from me that I worked on for years. It disappeared. I didn't have it anymore. I went back to Boston. I lost contacts. I stayed with the same people. I could have rebuilt myself and put my head down and take a pay cut and but who wants to do that? And then I was sitting there and God said, listen, everything has been taken. Now what? COVID destroyed me and my wife's career too. We both had careers. They were gone. We were in a little bit of debt and broke, man. Like, it was tough. You see what I'm saying? So, and once God took everything from me, it's kind of like, and I'm not saying everything, but I mean, my mom died in front of me while she was talking to me. My dad died 7 months prior, and then I also got everything. I don't want to dispose. I got 3 beautiful children during all this. That's changed my life, right? So God takes, if God loves you, I love this saying, but I prayed for strength. God gave me more problems to make me stronger. As funny as it sounds, it's a fact. So anyway, the big trade to me is on the 1 hour time frame, and it might come this weekend. We may get a Saturday pump here. It's just starting to set up, Saturday or Friday pump. Starting to set up pretty nice. And shout out to anyone that took the trade this morning in the group. I mean, I'm happy to see everyone get paid. On the week, I was about to do the same thing. Good job, brother. Yeah. 444. Shout out to the Rolling Road Show. Shout out to everybody here on the live chat. Yeah. Mom died in my arms. I'm so sorry to hear that. Shout out to Seek Parabolic. God bless you, brother. It's because of God and listening to you I was saved. So, Sam, thank you. God bless you, Adam. You saved yourself. God just placed you in the right place, man. See, I'm just a unit. I'm just a unit of God. I'm a piece of energy for God. That's all. That's all. If I get money through exchanges, if I get money through my trades, if other things happen through my live stream, so be it. But it was never my true plan. My plan was just to hit this mic and do something I loved every day. All these other opportunities came out of it because I went live every single day and I busted my butt. Anyone who's jealous of me, anyone who talks ish on me, anyone out there who has something to say. If you got something to say, you got to hate. You know, one guy said he wanted to take a shot on me, punch me in the mouth. Like someone said, oh, I can't. If I saw you, I'd take a swing at you. Like, seriously. And I'm not trying to, I shouldn't spend time on the haters. I think it's funny. But look, see this guy? I put a picture of me and my llama, right? And dude's like, if I saw you in public, I'd take a swing at you. You know what I mean? Like, you're a delusional Muppet. I'd love to swing on you. It's crazy. My point is, and God bless the haters, man. They're as great as, you know what I mean? You don't have haters if you ain't doing nothing right. Right? So anyway, beautiful day to be alive, beautiful people in my life. I focus on the beauty and the positive energy because you can't focus on the negativity. But no matter how good you are to people, no matter what you do, people are going to hate on you, all right? I just want you to know that, all right? And if you bring up God, they're going to say, oh, you bring up God because you're a fake charlatan. You only bring up God because you're. They'll do anything they can to break you down. The devil do anything they can to hate on you, and to make you feel small and alone. Always remember God is with you and you're never alone. When my dad died, my mom died, I was alone many nights as my wife went to sleep with the babies. And I would sit there alone thinking of life. There was this chair in the basement of my parents' house that I would sit in this little, it was this tiny little hallway towards the end of it was literally like a, 8-foot by 4-foot little hallway towards the back door. I put a little rocking chair in there and it was like my little thought space. And one day I was there and I can't explain it, but I just felt the presence of God with me and I knew finally that I wasn't alone. My whole life I was like, well, I don't have my mom and dad, I'm all alone. And God was like, no, you're not. You've never been alone. You've always had a father behind your father. I've been there for you. And now, it helps the channel because I feel so strong as a person. Nothing sways me. Bitcoin dumps, I don't get crazy. Bitcoin pumps, I get excited, but I'm not I don't think I'm better than everybody else just because I got more Bitcoin and Bitcoin pumped. I don't get overly excited. I don't think I'm better than someone just because I wear a nice watch or have a nice, I wear a nice clothes. All that stuff doesn't matter. What matters is the love of your fellow man. What your parents taught you, and if you can push that out to the world. My parents gave me something with love, light, and happiness. I want to give that back to the world, what my parents gave me, right? So, to me, everything is a byproduct of your energy. And again, to anyone hating on me, everything I receive is because I went live every single day of my life without a day off. No matter how sick I was, no matter how tired I was, no matter how depressed I was, no matter how bad my trade was that day, no matter good trade my day, I showed up every single day for thousands of days. And I tell everyone that hates on me, and I tell people that love me too, there's nothing you can say about someone that's consistent. You can hate on them. You can say, oh, but everyone loves consistency, man. Nobody disrespects consistency. Everyone wants to be consistent. I don't think so. I talk to her every day, and I think it's perfectly normal. It's weird that I can hear my mother's talking to me sometimes, even though she's been gone for a decade. No, man. I talk to my mom all the time. They're envious of everyone around them instead of focusing on themselves and making themselves better. Shout out to Crypto Cow. God bless you, man. I hope everything's going well, man. Big dude, man. I remember you. Good dude, brother. I hope everything's going well with you and yours. You've been following me for a long, long time. I really appreciate it. Was talking to my pops, who's a trader as well, about your system, and his response was the real thing to take from Sam is his consistency, 100%. And you remember that, my man, chin up. I know it's easier said than done, yeah. He's a wise man. He's wise man, and that was just from what I tell him about you. Crypto KI65, thank you, man. God bless your dad. I hope he has a wonderful day and a wonderful life. It sounds like you guys got a good relationship. God bless you, man. All right, someone says still holding along. Let's get back into the live trades here, as much as I like to connect. No long right now, no trade right now, just kind of watching price action. The 1 hour looks like it's going to come down. Could even make a head and shoulder. You got to be ready for disaster. You know, any day Bitcoin can do the opposite of what we think. I just, like, even here, I wanted to see this go sideways last night. This pump was cool, but you had to take a high-risk scalp in a small time frame with some bear div there, so, like, it worked out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was kind of a slanted double bottom. We bounced off the 200 moving average. It's a great place to enter along with a stop below. Can use the 200 for rejections. You can use it for bounces. It's an amazing, you know, right there, there's another, that same thing happened there with a bounce up. It's a really good thing when you see the move above the 200. It's how trends begin. See, the 200 helps you understand trend. If you don't even understand how to mark trend, but you know the 200, you're going to understand the trends. What you're loving is the stripe. You can see you can't take your eyes off the stripe. There's a joke. Is there anyone who knows their movies? I discovered that the earth is a giant recycling factory. All the cells and atoms in your body come from other things, even plants. Nothing about us is original. Recycle me, baby. 100%. The demand of low digital currency is not going in that direction at all. Sam the Wise. Hey, God bless you, man. You guys are wise. You guys help me become wise. This chat is the wisest chat in the game. I'm so lucky to be a part of this chat and even be you know, I'm blessed to be here with every one of you. Like, I don't even deserve it. I don't know how I got so lucky. Sir, I'm amazed. Like, it doesn't even make any sense, but I don't question my reality. Whatever God has provided, I take. Because once you question God's reality, it's like, well, why are you questioning? I gave this to you. So out of my respect for God, I'm like, you know what? Thank you for what you've given me. I'm going to keep going. I used to go to a night shift every day. My life was completely different, folks. I worked a night shift for 6 years of my life from 7 p.m. to 3 in the morning. It's craziness. So I'd like to see this bounce. I want to see consolidation. I don't want to see the 1 hour close below 61,000. I want to see us hold this beautiful resistance level and have it turn into support. It's kind of a bubbled area here. But I want to see this fight off support or resistance. I want to see this level hold. See resistance here, tapped it there, tapped in. You know, it's a good level of back and forth liquidity there. So if in 7 hours from now we're sideways, we have ourselves a trade, same kind of, you know what I mean? 7 to 8 hours, something in here. And again, it might shift all the way down, and then we're looking for the head and shoulder pattern. It's funny, that keeps happening every time I use this indicator. I don't know why, how, maybe they must have put something next to it. So, like, you know, we're still, you know, this is, you know, and there's a gap in the VRVP there. You could get back down to 58. So we want to see the 1 hour hold above the 200 moving average. We want to see the 1 hour hold above previous resistance and become support at 61,000. Then we'd like to see the 1 hour make a continuation pattern that gives us a 68% chance of a move to the upside. Then we're going to add some other indicators and some liquidity zones. And we're going to be able to be pretty accurate as to find out which way Bitcoin's going to be going here. I can already see my next trade before it's even happening. I'm 6 to 7 hours ahead of the trade. I would like something like this. Otherwise, it's going to come down. We may have to short the right shoulder, you see? I can already see we're getting a little overbought too on the RSI. A little bit of bear div here as this is flattening out. That's pushing up. And there's a resistance right here. That was a support, which became, you know, 62,000. Bounce. Previous support will be resistance. You break above this, we need the bounce. Then we come up to here, 63. Then we'll battle this zone here at about 64.5. This is how price action works. It battles through zones. All right. So this is what I'm looking at. I'm watching the 1 hour time frame. So congratulations to anyone who took that trade We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of pumpage. It was beautiful. I even gave you a 15-minute trade that played out. This trade played out too. I gave you this flag here, right? Stop loss down below the 200 moving average was the call. Something like this. It's not in, it didn't hit the target yet, but man, it's close. You see? Getting a bounce right there off the 21 on the 15. I like it. It's a good sign for a possible, consolidation. Could we just continue to move? Maybe we do. We could moon. I'm not 100%. But that's just a good sign that you're going to get a bounce here, that the 1 hour is going to stop the pain. Unlikely to go absolutely parabolic. I'd like to wait for consolidation. See, this isn't, about 90% of people can't do this because they'll set this up, but then halfway through, they'll see like a flag on the 5 or something and they'll force themselves to trade. To map out something on the 1 hour and then wait for it to happen takes extreme. See, I do it all the time now without even noticing it. But I remember now, 5-6 years ago even, this took extreme, like a lot of control. I didn't have the control. Now I played the 1 hour so many times, it's paid me. The reward is so delightful. I like to sit and wait. I trade less now. People are like, damn, man, this guy waits 6 hours for his trade, then gets in, then, Like if this happens and I get in tonight, 6, 7 p.m., then I sell it tomorrow morning, and I'm in the mud. This could happen exactly as I said it would, right? We go sideways for about 6 to 8, maybe, I don't know exactly how many, somewhere between 6, 8, 10 hours. I get into the trade when the 21 touches. We hold support or resistance. We break out, and I sell somewhere between 64.8 and 66,000 in here. And, and I get paid. It takes, Friday, July 3rd. Again, we got a crazy week. Tomorrow's a bank holiday. It's July 4th observed. We had information that came in today. Didn't really, was actually somewhat bullish for the market. Non-farm unemployment was 57, right? So less private sector jobs there got added, but not the huge deal. But it definitely was a little Unemployment rate, though, is down. And unemployment claims are down. You see? So that's a more bullish sign for the market. It's not the best, though, because here's the deal. And honestly, I think the narrative is shifting. And this is something I want to talk about today. And it's something I actually have like a couple scripts for that I'm going to be putting out in the next few days on social media. You really want to watch my Instagram account, The Real Crypto Lifer. I'm putting out a lot of information there now. It's changing. We're really ramping it up. So, you're going to just get so much more information if you show up to these different areas. Look at this, man. Wow, boosting it. Shout out to WEEX, man. Thank you so much, WEEX. God bless you guys. We're live all over the internet here today. Shout out to everybody kicking it with me. I appreciate it. It means the world to me. All right. David Brumbley, he's all over the internet, man. Brumbley. Yeah, I like this bounce. I want to see this consolidate. I'm sticking to my idea here that we're going to consolidate, get tight. But beautiful flag played out today. Again, you just have to learn my strategy. And you only have to hit 3 out of 10 of these. When the market's ripe, this will hit a lot more than that. When the market sucks, yeah, you'll hit maybe 4 out of 10, 3 out of 10. You might lose 7 trades. Last week, I lost like 5 trades straight. I did. It was tough. I'll be honest. I started being like, dang, I got back on the horse yesterday. I hit my trades. I cleaned up my act. I hit my trades yesterday. I hit this call today. And you kind of square yourself away. Nobody's going to be perfect. You're never going to keep hitting. You have to be ready for the time when you actually lose a couple trades in a row. Can you handle that mentally? Are you going to be able to get through that? Right now is a time to watch the 1 hour time frame. Liquidity is low. It's a Thursday. We've had data coming in. We've been hit a lot. There's ups and downs. You know what I mean? Tomorrow's a bank holiday. It's basically Friday for the markets. That means at 2 o'clock today, the liquidity is going to get even tighter than it already usually is. Let's take a look at the S&P for you to kind of talk about it. Wow, look at how it's on the monthly. That's how much money printing they're printing. Look at that. They print this much money since 2009. Look, since the crisis, since the money crisis. Look at this. They've never fixed it. I've talked about this. If you've lived through it like I did, they never fixed the liquidity, folks. Look, there's some bear div there. It pumped up hard. This is what I was expecting us to hit the top of the channel. And then start our little move back to the down here. So I expect us to have a bearish week next week. You see what I'm saying? Like we'll pause through the weekends and then we maybe start. See, the market's going to gap open. It's going to be closed on Friday, so it's going to gap open there on Tuesday, like somewhere here. Come on down. Come back. I just expect sideways price action here for the, up until about, it says like halfway through July, and the S&P is going to start to heat up. That means I believe that like the Strait of Hormuz is going to be completely taken care of. Despite them every once in a while ramping up, you can see the news has put less. The people realize that it's hard. The news is here to sway people. It's rich people that own other markets. Then they also own the news market, and they use the news market to prop up their other markets. It's obvious. They're a rubber company. They want to sell bikes. They start articles about how bike riding is super awesome and healthy, and it's linked to this. So then it creates more bike sales. They get rid of all the rubber that they have excess or so. You know what I mean? It's always something you can't, and they're tying it to something bigger, and that's just the facts. Okay, so anytime you read a news article by a conglomerate company or someone worth hundreds of millions of dollars, they're putting that news article in front of you for a reason. They're trying to sell you something, get you to think something. They're trying to push a narrative. Facts. Very few people are independent journalists these days actually just kind of going in. There's very few people like, I'm one of you, and I want you guys to see what's happening behind the scenes. I'm going to fight for you guys. Like there's bad water in the town. I'm going to find out what's going on. I'm going to find out the companies. I'm going to research it. Many of those people get taken out. Sad to say, investigative journalists that really do good work, they're a threat to big business. It goes back to even the movie Jaws, as me being here in Martha's Vineyard, Amityville. They didn't want anyone to know that the shark could hurt you because it was going to hurt all the money all the tourist money they were making. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't want to tell you the truth. So if an investigative journalist started doing digging, they wanted that person out. They don't want that person telling you the truth because it was going to hurt the bottom line. That small little detail in Jaws is really how the world works in a nutshell. Rich people suppress information that's not good for their wallet, and they push information that's good for their wallet. How you're consuming and what you're consuming, and that's why if you just sit online and consume, you're consuming what people wanted you to consume. You should have a white piece of paper in front of you. I'm telling you right now, here's a beautiful, beautiful exercise for you to gain control over your life. Go grab a piece of paper today. Go get it right now. Get yourself a pencil. Actually use a pencil or a pen. You're going to be like, are you serious? I can actually still write? Yes. And then type and write 5 things down. What are the 5 things that you would like to change about your life right now? I've got them. I've got my 5. All right. I don't use suntan lotion. I'm good at not getting burnt without using it. I know when I'm getting hot, I get into the sun. I go back and forth. You got to be conscious. But my kids aren't, so I want to create a suntan lotion that's non-toxic. And I know I can. I know I can go buy the stuff. I can mix it and I can help my kids. So that's something that, you know what I mean? I'd like to do a parasite cleanse. And I know I need the right binder. Okay. I finally figured out the right binder yesterday, and I know the right cleanse. That's something I got to take care of, right? And then I go into the internet and I research these things and fill my blanks out, and then I check them off. Instead of going into the internet, clicking, and just being taken down whatever road they take it out. You see, the internet is great. It's a great place to look to find out information. It's a great place to learn. But it can also take you down rabbit holes that you don't need to go down for hours on end and waste a lot of your time. Use the internet for what you need it for. Right now, you're on the stream. You want to learn how to trade. You want to learn how to better your life. You're with me. Perfect. I'm not just a trader. I'm also a guy that used to live a pretty crazy life, undisciplined, and I learned how to discipline myself, become focused, and do the same thing every single day. And I'm a testament that if you find, consistency and discipline, that you'll find success. And so I just want to reiterate that fact to you every day. And I could talk it all I want, but by showing up every single day for thousands of days, I think I really make the statement quite clear. So, and my dad always said, your actions speak louder than your words. You can talk all you want. You can say, I'm the best. Look at me, da-da-da-da-da. Like today, I gave a really good trade in the trading group. I showed that the model worked out. Yesterday, I gave a trade here on the live stream. 2 trades that both played out. You know what I'm saying? I showed how my, right when the live stream started, the trade that I gave to the group was pumping, and I took profits in front of everybody. That was yesterday. I think people forget a lot of things that happen on the stream because it happens so much, right? Looking for this tightness now for Bitcoin. Looking for the 200 to come up. Looking for them. I want to see price action get nice and tight. I don't want to see right shoulders and dumpage. I don't want to see foldovers, rollovers. I want to see tightness. I know I have studied price action so much that I know the structure that we're looking for to get the highest probability of a move. Okay? And I'm going to be very picky until I get that structure. Very important. Meme Core and Lit both got a little hot move. Lit was my Chinese meme is just still holding 69. Whenever this thing gets a pump, it doesn't seem to get sold off. ENA is interesting. We'll take a look at it. Chainlink getting some news lately at 7.7 though. Nobody seems to care. The price does not budge. Ondo, the most boring coin in the game. That's supposed to be the most connected and amazing RWA. I don't know what they're doing with that thing, but they're suppressing the price for some reason. Maybe they're waiting for more people to accumulate. I don't know. Near Protocol, all these coins lower than when I sold them back when I bought the Lambo. And that's the real reason to just keep me away from getting back into altcoins, to be honest. Canton finally slipped to $13.99. That was the only coin I really added to. Let's take a look at Dexy and Jitto right now. 2 coins that are showing signs of life compared to the rest of the market. I gave you guys Dexy at 350, probably my best call of 2026, as it did amazingly well. Went to a high of what, like 25 from $3.50. That ain't bad. A 7x, basically. Okay, so let's take a look at Dexy on the bigger time frame. On the weekly, it's a little, it's on an uptrend on the weekly, if you can see that. And still making higher lows. It's a little far from the 21, coming back to oversold. A little bit of bear div there that already kind of played out, though. Signs of life. 3 days above the 200. We got a golden cross here. This looks like it's panning out for something bigger. Like it's packing its bags for a bigger move. Some bear div here on the daily. So I'd like to see it kind of cool off a little bit. Maybe come back to the white line, come back to the trend line. But to me, it definitely says that something is, that it's not done with its rally here. And you never know. Watch it get exploited. Anything could happen, right? I shouldn't say that. I don't want to jinx it. I couldn't add an alert a second ago. They must have been doing maintenance on alerts. Just every once in a while they do that. You can't add one. So add an alert. I'd like to see Dexy come back to the bottom of the channel. Or, there's another idea that it might just kind of make this flag and pump. I love a 21. I love being above the 21. I love being above the 21, above the 200. Look, here's my signal playing out right here. That we were able to kind of, right there. Boom. 14 all the way up to 23, you see? 21 above the 200 in tight consolidation. There it is again. So Dexy on my radar. You might want to write it down. Just something that could possibly make a move. The rest of the market's not looking amazing. Let's take a look at Lit. I liked Lit where it was, and it did break out eventually a little bit. Get some wicks on the daily, but it's showing, Again, altcoins aren't amazing. I looked at a lot of altcoin setups that I looked at recently, and a lot of them just never hit. They slumped. So altcoins are still not the thing right now. They're very high risk. Don't get excited by a couple memes pumping and think that we're back, Solana did have some of the most... People like Sol. And remember, Sol became like a commercial retail chain. Like a lot of people were jumping in. And the Black Bull did continue to pump from when we talked about it there at 13 cents all the way up to 18. Headed to that 27 target. And this thing's been ripping. This thing has been on a beautiful uptrend. Right? So this is a meme that has continued to rip. And some people have made a pretty penny on it. Again, just be careful. I'm not telling you to get in. I don't own any of it. All right? And I'd stay away from all the other nonsense. Funny, excited guy. See this stuff? Like, It's all about liquidity, too, and stuff like that. Low Jack Paul. To be honest, that looks interesting. Like the TA, I like TA. TA plays out on anything. That's what I've learned. We're beings that are like connected to a mathematical space shift in time. And anytime we touch anything, we leave a remnants of chart action. Like, look, that's a double bottom. Like, I wouldn't be, and again, it has a 1 million. I'd stay away. I don't know what it is. It could be a rug. You never know. I'm not into it. I just like to look at TA. I'm just a curious dude. You know what I mean? Look at this thing. This thing is Bull Atlas, like Manlet. Like, what is this garbage? Manlet, 3 million market cap though. I always look for locked liquidity. At least you got to look for locked liquidity. At least, at the very least. You never know what's going on with these crazy memes. This is the only one with a lot of steam to it. And again, it could start crashing any moment now too. So just be careful. Not my thing to get memeified right now. It's a little early. I don't know if I'll ever be able to get as speculative as I used to be. I was overly speculative. Thousands of dollars in all sorts of coins. I don't know if you remember. 10 grand in here, 5 grand in here, 10. Oh my God, man. I just throwing money around like it's crazy. I look back at my life and I can't believe how much I've been through, it's just nuts. Crypto will do it to you. You guys know you've been through it too. I'm sure a lot of you have hit millions of dollars in your portfolio. Watch it come up, come down, all over the place. I've round tripped $1 million twice. You know what I'm saying? Before I finally smartened up and started figuring out how to get in and out of the market the proper way. So don't beat yourself up if you've hit some losses. That's just part of the game. The biggest winners are people that have lost more than anybody else in their entire life. Seriously. Like, everyone thinks that winners just keep winning. No, there are people that have lost bad. So bad, but they've just literally... Once you make a deep connection with God, you can kind of get over material losses because you realize they're just materials. They never were what you were here for anyway. Once God reveals what you were really, like, an amazing... Like, when you go through what I went through, like, years of pain and anguish to find out who you really are, then you use who you really are to create a business, right? Then you find yourself, and then that's how you actually become successful, through finding yourself. That is how God reveals himself through you, to you. And when that happens to you, like it happened to me, man, like, the high that you get from realizing that you went through this transformative experience that you never thought, because you're completely lost. Like, before you ever become successful, you never think you're going to be, you don't know it's there for sure. You believe, you listen, you watch books, you read about other people that are successful, you hear their stories, you get inspired, and you think, it's going to happen to me one day. I'm going to buy my mama that house on the, overlooking the water. I'm going to do all those things I said I'm going to do. I'm going to become that man that I plan to become, Well, we got a tweezer top on the 1 hour, and it kind of tells you that you could jump into a short back to the 21. This could definitely short all the way back to the 200. I don't short as much as other people. I do short, but I wait for like a really obvious short when I short. But my system does tell you there's a little bit of action back to the 21. But that's why I was telling you that was the sell right there. Like, that was the trade of the day. I even told you when to get out because of where we were. You know what I mean? And now I'm saying take this trade right now. I don't want to say that. I'm watching. This is the trade I would like to take. And again, I got to be patient. There may be a couple more hours of down, bounce off the 21. We'll see how this goes. I've already explained to you, I don't want to close below the, all the things that I'm looking for continuation. So I have a set list of parameters that have to happen for me to believe in this trade. If they don't happen, then I got to move on or flip short. There's no other, you know what I mean? I don't have an option to do either. So I don't have an option, you know what I mean? I can't just stay long if I see that the market's going to flip into a head and shoulder. So I'm waiting for price action to speak to me, to talk to me. I want to see a green candle next to a red one, a bounce back to the top of the channel. And I firmly expect with about 70% accuracy that we will be sideways today. And this is a parabola that will continue to the upside. You can kind of start to see it and feel it. It's a parabola, right? And I want to see this puppy fly to the upside and do its thing. So that's just one thing that we're looking for here. for BTC. All right. Bitcoin, baby, Bitcoin. Dragonfly-led coin market cap ranks Cardano as the 7th most bullish daily trend and the 10th most bullish community sentiment. AI companies push to Doge state laws, but federal framework may be worse. FBI Director Cash Patel undisclosed stock buy in Bitcoin giant strategy is down 44%. Funny. Whale Satoshi 77 liquidated for 31,000 ETH and Ethereum short position. Look at that. So never just because a whale opens up a trade, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to open up a trade because of that. You ever see those tweets? A whale just opened up. Wonder if people are paid to make those tweets to get everybody to short. Because if you read that, you're like, oh, he knows something. I wonder, he must know something there, right? You know what I mean? Anthropic in talks with Samsung for custom AI chips. Huge Link news. One of the largest all-in investing apps just chose Chainlink as its official data cross-chain oracle. From BlackRock to Coinbase to Swift and now Robinhood, everyone is plugging in to Chainlink. Doesn't seem to matter with the price, though. You know? Trump crypto windfall turns heads. How the crypto president raked in $1.4 billion, right? Dang, man. Bank of Thailand sets to finalize the bot-backed stablecoin framework. They are near completion of its one-to-one bot-backed stablecoin design study, signaling a definitive move towards a regulated digital currency in Thailand. Imagine that, right? Things are moving. So I like it. And I know this is boring for most people to say, hey, watch the 1 hour for 6 hours and then make the best trade of your life. I'll be honest, I find this, I guess as my years of doing this, I've gotten into pockets of trading that are good for my mind and good for my mental state. The 1 hour is really beautiful. Doesn't mean I don't scalp that 1 minute. Doesn't mean I'm not. Heck, I was showing you guys the 30-second the other day, and it can come in handy at the right time. Right time frames at the right time. Sometimes you're using the 15. Sometimes you're using the 1 hour. Some days, the 15's irrelevant. The 4 hours really what I need to hone in. I'm waiting for a close of a candle. Some days it's the daily that really matters to me. Sometimes, right now we got the daily close already, and we're getting a monster move here. This is nice. We just need the daily to close strong. Not go wick down or anything. We want to just... And to me, this is kind of a decent sized candle. It's likely we're just going to kind of chop around here till the daily candle closes. I expect about 8 hours of chop on the 1 hour time frame as we find our way and get ready to liquidate, because that's a massive bull div. It's on this, it's on that, and then you got everyone that's short of that head and shoulder that so far is slightly negated because we've closed the candle above all these candle bodies. Is there still time to get into the daily? You can still get in right here on the daily time frame. Stop below the wicks. Sorry, I've got so much going on there, but you would get in now, stop loss below these wicks here, and you'd be looking, you would hold that. You'd be looking for one of these moves here. And if you hold shift and go sideways, you're looking for a 20-day hold. You got to be ready to really get into this. Give it some time. I've learned that the bigger time frames take way more time than the average person can handle. They think they can handle it, but they can't. They haven't traded it enough. That's why I start trading bigger time frames on demo on your WEEX account. So you get accustomed to this. So let me show you what I'm talking about. You go here up here to WEEX. You still keep trading your real money in your scalp account. But maybe you go in here to trading to demo and you really open up a giant trade on the daily. And you check it every few days and you realize you have to live through trades to understand them. I found this out. What does that mean? You kind of have to actively do the trade to learn from that type of trading. If you've never traded the daily, you kind of have to trade the daily a little bit to understand how to trade it. But the problem is the daily only gives opportunities once every maybe 3 or 4 times a year. It gets the real opportunity. So how do you learn? Well, throughout your years of learning, you got to keep chipping away at that daily demo trade. Yeah. Demo trading is not just for the guy that doesn't want to use real money yet. It's for the guy that's been good at all different time frames. It's time to shift to a different time frame. It's time to maybe open up your first monthly trade of your life. Try it on a demo account. This is the key. I don't think people understand this concept. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, just wanted to see. I don't hear the, I never hear the alert box anymore, and I wonder why. I used to hear it all the time. I'm like, how did I get rid of it? You know, the donation label, the like button, all that. Maybe I just completely got rid of it. I don't know. I don't feel like I see it now when it comes across. But thank you much, Zach Dahl. Thank you all the people that have donated in the past. Appreciate seeing your names there across the screen. So this is what we see. Now, for all this to really pan out, the daily's got to close above 66,995, 67K, right? Hey, let's get back to what I'm, So this is where we stand, folks. I know it may not be what you want. People want it now. And that's okay. We can do it now. Let's jump on into the now, right? Is there a scalp that you could possibly jump into? I like to give you high-risk probability trades. I don't like to put you into heavy, and right now, the small time frames to me have some risk to them. See, it's a possible double bottom there on the 1 minute that could get a bit of a bounce. If you really have to trade, there's you could possibly get in there, stop loss below that wick, and there's a chance that pumps nicely. Let me see my 3 minute. And see how you can do all your trading here, just like I have all my TradingView stuff set up. I have my indicators, they're all saved. It's really nice. I'm here on TradingView live on WEEX. You can open it up, make it nice and big. Take advantage of the entire screen. I love it. Like, look, I mean, that's basically just like that's TradingView right there. And what's cool is the VRVP, you don't have to pay for here. You get it. You'd have to pay for it on the other indicators. So you get some indicators that you would have to pay for using the widget here on WEEX. So it's kind of like a TradingView subscription. Don't tell anybody. No, but this is universal across multiple exchanges. This isn't like, you know what I mean? But it's something that no one really thinks about. There's a couple of things that you get, though. TradingView, you have a little more template ideas. You'll be able to save more stuff. So I wouldn't trade this. It looks kind of bumpy. It may rip, but I just, right now, my trader instinct's telling me that was their move. In here, out there. There was a bear div that planned out. Look at the bear divergence. And that told you that trade was kind of not likely going to do its thing. How do you know that? Well, this RSI swung down while price swung up. Okay, and that just, that's how it is. That's how it goes. So I've been through this before. Let's go through another place where this happened pretty much very similarly. Because you don't get this move. Like, we're in a really good time. We're in a really special time right now. So we were here. This is where we are right now as far as I'm concerned. Let me show you. We're basically right here. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go exactly this way because obviously everything is different through space and time. But like right here, we just had a pump on the 1 hour above the 200. We're away from the 21. We need to, and you would see me say, hey, we're going to wait for this to reconnect and then we're going to trade it again. And we're going to have to wait, I don't know, 10 hours. So we don't know exactly. Somewhere in here, though. Right? And this is exactly what we did. And then you get into the trade somewhere around here. You're not going to be perfect. You just throw something up and then you kind of tweak it as you go. Even throwing something up in the projected is better because when it actually comes to fruition, you've already got it nailed. You can, you're ready to go. And that takes you to 81,775, right? I'm just, I'm not saying, And it was a little choppy of a ride, but we eventually got a nice little pump there. And then we hit the target. You see? That did pan out. I mean, there was a lot of, I would have sold that. Came down, But the point is, that's a beautiful, so I'm looking for this trade right now. See, I'm looking to replicate this exact thing that just happened there. Right here. Only because I've seen it before, right? So my years of trading have given me this edge. And my ability to have conviction and waiting. And now the patience comes into play. Now you have to believe. So to do this trade, you have to actually believe in yourself. No, seriously, like you have to believe in what you know. You have to think that your strategic conceptual, the way you strategically conceptualize is proper. You have to have confidence in your mental state. You have to believe in yourself. Seriously. No, because I'm asking myself, why do I even believe this will happen? Because I put years behind it. And I'm like, okay, I'm using the system because I have to convince myself it's worth taking. Otherwise, what's the, you know what I mean? How can I believe this is a good trade? Why would I tell the world that? Why would I put my name, face, and reputation on the line today and for the thousands of people I've never met and tell them this is a likelihood of a good trade? And then, now the sad thing is it could flop. Anything could happen. The key is I can also teach you how to pivot at least and figure out what to do and go from there. And that's why we wait for the better entry. We let the price action tell us when to enter trades. We don't force trades because we want to get into a trade. We let price action tell us when to get inside a trade. Very important. This is really what the key is. Let's take a look at the NQ and see if there was any action on the smaller time frames today on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ took a little bit of a dumpy poo. Crazy on the 1 hour. I expected it to consolidate a little bit here. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, so we hit the top of the channel there at 30,005. And then we slow, and I expected to pump. And this is basically 100% what I'm looking for. I like consolidation. I want to see this thing consolidate. I expect this now. See the NASDAQ, I expect to bounce or come down a little more. Also want to make sure I'm not behind or not right. I expect a little bit of a bounce there in the NASDAQ. And if you look at the smaller time frames, look. How to trade my model. Let's look at the 1 minute. The 1 minute made a double top. There was a head and shoulder right here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You lost the 200 moving average. Right here, we made an M pattern. We made an M, 21 below the 200. That's a short. You see? Flip it upside down, you would have traded the W above the 200. That's a long. Probably a good time to get out of the short now, as it looks like it's getting some bull div. This is swinging down. This is swinging up. May get a reversal here now towards the bottom of the pattern. Wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin does bounce and starts to bounce now. You'd be looking for the 4 hour to close a candle next to the green one, green next to the red, and then catch the reversal back to the top of the channel. But I would be looking for this trend line to be respected for us to kind of dabble around and get a bounce back up. And then we're going to get tight, and then the bigger move comes. It's basically saying they're going to really, really close this deal with, they're really going to put this Iran war to rest. And the markets are going to really this is just Iran, up and down, up, and then we're just going to boom. Big money getting printed, and they still have to adjust money for the behind the repo and for banks, interbank lending. Trust me, man, it never was fixed since 2008. We're still in a bit of a jam here. Yeah, why did the strawberry cry? Right? Because its parents were in a jam. Yeah. I know. It's for the kids watching, okay? It's for the kids watching today. So look, I like this spike. We want to see the 15-minute get these bounces off the 21. That's important. That shows strength with the 21 on the 15, which shows trend. The moving averages teach you trend. If I can teach you anything, you're trading trend when you're trading with the moving averages with me. You're basically identifying an uptrend. Look, there's a low, there's a high, there's a higher low put in on the 15. Tells you that eventually you should put in a higher high after some consolidation. Again, we got our measured move from the previous length of the pole. This low to this high is your designated algorithmic measured move. It's going to put us somewhere up at $66,000 Bitcoin. Coincidentally, it's a key area of numeric value. You'll see that happens many times. That psychological support of resistance, that stuff will happen when you're doing due diligence. You'll see overlapping ideas that make sense. That's when you're on the yellow brick road of trading. It kind of gives you these little crumbs, and they start to make sense. You start being like, I get it now. I see what Sam's talking about. I understand. Remember, we still got this big support of resistance area. I'm a support of resistance trader. Itchy. Oh, can you do that thing when you make the water? Wait. There it is. The water drop. Who here can do the water drop? Who here knows what I'm doing? Who has never seen that before? I just want to see how obscure that is. Who has never seen that before, or who knows exactly what that is? Of course, amen. His name is, yeah, funny, great. Sam, what's the big plan for the 4th? Nothing crazy. Maybe go see some fireworks in the local town. Of course yeah, funny. I can do it. You guys are funny. He put a tomato. That's just a funny, like throwing a fruit on stage. He was just a funny joke. Okay, back up. Hey, man, I'm teasing. I'm half at least. I used to do it in class all the time. I know, right? Sammy always makes the water jump out of the shower. You're funny. Vegas Claw, man, I saw you on a live stream the other day. Did you see I actually I just wanted to get your attention. I put out a super chat. Are you allowed to shoot fireworks in California? I'm not allowed to talk about that. You guys got to figure out your own local jurisdictions, all right, and do your own due diligence. We used to annoy our grade teachers with that. They actually thought the room had a leak. You guys are funny, man. You and I would be great friends. You guys are funny. Throw them in the bathroom, Tony. Can't you see current BTC price? It's okay. You'll be all right. You'll be able to breathe. It's 61,695. Oh, my God. You'll be all right now, right? I know what it is, but want to do it so I did, man. That was awesome. You guys are funny. Sam, the trading water boy. You guys are shout out to James Jones. God bless you, man. Thank you for the super chat. And this is a holiday week coming in here. And look at the balls in the jar. Boom. Oh, they didn't move much, but they got a little movement. We got some balls in the jar. Thank you for dropping some balls in the jar there. Let's take a look at the fan funding, as we got some more than I thought. Master Assassins, welcome to become an exclusive lifer. Thank you so much. The Rolling Road Show, 444. Sam, is XLM still looking good? Let's take a look at XLM. And someone asked about it just a second ago. And Marcus, who constantly gives 5 lifer memberships, man. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. 61,775. A nice little pump for the Bitcoins. And again, you could enter now and then just wait. The chance that you enter now with a stop below this low, and you just basically, you're trading support or resistance. You're trading the fact that this support and resistance will hold. You'll just be in the trade a long time. You know, you'll wait. But if it does rip, you'll be basically covered too. I don't think it's that bad to enter the trade right now. Specifically that we're putting in that nice green candle, but you never know. This could turn red again, turn into the head, and then dump on you. So, you're taking a high risk if you get in before candles close, which is before confirmation. 100% you're taking a higher risk. But that's up to you what risks you want to take. I'll give you setups. No one here will take the exact... some of us will take the exact same trade. Some of us will be a little more risky. Some of us will be less risky. Some of us will put a lot less money with deeper stop losses. Some will put more money with higher stop losses. My setups are only outlines for people to trade on, and then they're going to do what they will. Right? They do what thou wilt. What is your estimate bottom for this bear market? My indicator, I don't know. I don't use my own brain because my mind has its own assumptions, thoughts, and beliefs, and I think it can taint my outcome if I use that. So what I do is I just use indicators. When this thing is below 10, I start getting really excited. If it gets anywhere below 6 or 7, oh my God, I saw it at 5. And so I look at the all-time history index for Bitcoin. And honestly, I'm so nice. I used to not give this stuff away, but I do now. So I look at the all-time history index for BTC. Look at that bull div bounce off Bitcoin. So I look at the all-time history index for Bitcoin, and I look at like the 2-week. I like the 2-week chart. And I wait for the stochastics RSI to get below the dotted line. and I look for this indicator to get into the somewhere below 10. If I get those two things, if I get a divergence on the bigger time frames on top, so right now we have a divergence on the daily, the 3-day, the weekly. That's huge. That's a big deal. It's like almost a never, you get that every 5 years or something. We have the daily RSI as low as it's been since August of 2023. We're in the shaded region here on the fear and greed, and the 2-week is below the dotted line where and it looks like we're going to make a higher low, like a divergence here. We got a divergence here right now on the RSI on the 2-week chart. The lowest I say we go is somewhere near the 200 moving average, which is going to come up as we go towards it. So this is like, as this was here when we were like right here, you see? And so when we started to move down towards it, it was at 6,000. But when we finally came near it, it was somewhere at 50,000. So this tells me, we're at 44 now. If we were to hit it, they would come to each other. They would hit it like, it's telling me that that's the bottom. Like the bottom can't be any lower than 52, 54K. We've never gone below the 2-week 200 moving average. Being this close to the 2-week 200 is a blessing for anyone that just jumped on into my live stream. Like, this is the greatest time for retail to start watching live streams. This live stream should be the biggest it ever is. The problem is, my live stream is going to be the biggest it ever is. It's going to have 3,000 people watching it. There's going to be super chats when we're somewhere up in here. Once we're all paid in the shade. Right now, people are laughing at me. They're walking out of trading groups. They're saying this sucks. They're saying crypto's dead. They're saying this is it. This is like the greatest time to be in crypto. So like this is when the stream should be the most popular. But obviously, does everybody get to make the most money? No. Only a small percentage of people get to win. And so whoever's here right now, you guys are the bull whisperers. You are the people that are understanding how to actually make money in markets. You know that you have to be here in heavy bear. Bull markets make millionaires. Bear markets make billionaires. It's a going statement that runs true in trading. Because what it means is the best discounts are when no one's around. Right now, this is the best time to buy Bitcoin and no one's listening. I'm a broken record right now. But they're all going to be jumping into I'm telling you right now, this stream is going to have 3,000 people watching it. Just like it did a few years back. We had 2,500 regular viewers, everybody. This stream had 2,500 regular viewers on the stream at one time. We got up to 5,000 people on the stream at one time. The stream literally was the biggest live stream in crypto for a long time. I'm telling you, or one of the biggest. There was maybe a few other live streams that could compete with the pace that we were going. You see, this is a slow market right now. We have 1,000 people here on the stream. This is still one of the strongest, biggest live streams in all of cryptocurrency. Welcome to the greatest show on earth. Crypto Live Show, baby. Let's go, baby, let's go. We created something absolutely amazing. The energy is unmatched. The ability to learn is unreal. And I'm just excited to be here with each and every one of you every single day. What an ability. 61,750, a nice little bounce there for Bitcoin. I'm sticking to the script though. I do like where we're headed now on that 1 hour time frame. I'm liking this wick here on WEEX. I'm liking us above the support of resistance. Patience. Here's the deal. FOMO. When you're full of emotions, a green candle spikes and you go, oh my God, it's gonna pump without me. And you jump in. And then what happens is it slumps and it dumps on you and you get stopped out. Then it breaks here and you go, oh my God, and then you jump into a short. And then it rips back up and then you revenge trade those two trades. And then next thing you know, you lost 4 trades in a row, you're down thousands of dollars. And you're like, this is... So, and then you blame me because it's like, it hit the stop loss a couple times or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? Waiting for the 1 hour to actually make the flag is an extreme skill that I didn't even know I had until I realized that most people couldn't hang. This is like, If a year from now you're drawing flags in the 1 hour and watching them play out, I did my job. I did something for you that you'll always have now. Patience and control. Drawing projected flags and waiting for them to play out takes patience and control. That's why most people say patterns don't work, because they can't wait for the pattern to actually play out in the first place. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That's what's up, man. Speaking the facts. Yeah, God bless you. So this isn't easy to do. I think it's easy because I do it every day without even thinking about it. But it's a lot harder than people realize. You know, and I had to conceptualize that with my own mind too. Be like, this isn't like, all right. Shout out to Google and YouTube. Thank you so much. We're here at No Profanities, extremely ad-friendly for all your viewership around the world. We never take a day off in thousands of days. We're your best performer. You know, you should boost our stream to the utmost and send it to the far regions of the earth. Google, I've worked harder for you than almost any other person that you've ever dealt with. I've produced more content than almost any other YouTuber, up to 5,000 videos. Come on now. We're here every single day. No one's more consistent. No one builds more. No one has bigger dreams for the future, baby. If you showed me a flag every morning, I could watch it play out and I have to work, and that would be amazing. Yeah. Alerts to be your best friend on the higher time frames. Yeah. The hardest way to make easy money. Yeah. The easiest way to make money. Sam, patience is a true virtue. Once traders could figure that out, they will thrive. Yep. And it takes the ability not to look at the chart sometimes. Right now, I want to reverse it, or I did 10 minutes ago, but the daily model says the sauce is yummy. Talk to the algorithm. Yep. Sammy, the best crypto streamer by far. God bless you, man. Thank you. And look, we've been talking about this area here. Second that came, front run it with the stop loss below. 58,000 all the way back to 61. So we should have a dedicated show with a profanity written. You guys are funny. Frame comes at 64,000 somewhere. Ondo is getting tight. Samet Kalar says it'll go back down. I don't know what it will do. I don't say stuff like that. I just say I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I don't know where. I have no idea what Bitcoin's going to do in the next few. I really don't. The charts tell me what's likely going to happen, and I play those probabilities. That's it. Future looks great. Shout out to Rigged Outcome with a $13.99 Canadian. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. And that will come back to you tenfold, man. You didn't have to give it. You did. And shout out to my man, the Dirty Skirts. That was something that took me over a month to really get down. I got emotional. Not freak out. Just literally trust the TA. Oh, it takes, yeah. To infinity and beyond. Yep. I mean, I've been talking about XLM a lot lately, but check the daily. Looks juicy. What do you think? Let's take a look at XLM. We do have a bunch of people asking about it. And I think you wrote XOM, but I'm pretty sure you mean XLM. I know. I think because the previous, yeah. Stellar Lumens. So I put a long out for Stellar here. I like it to 24. It went tighter. It did not break out. It just went absolute tight. Now what's happening? It's trending. It's trending. DTCC tapped it. So it's tokenization behemoth. It got some other news yesterday, right? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I did give it out. It was like partnering with some bank or something. I think with like all these different, and it's like Coinbase, all these companies. But it's in the news. It's trending, man. It's hot right now. And it's above the 200 moving average on the 1 hour touch of the 21. It's doing the same sauce here on the 4 hour, about to cross that 200. The dailies in this, above the 200 in the 21 type of kind of like a slanted W. The 1 hour is in a bullpen it, which breaks out 68% of the time. I mean, lately, altcoins have been treachery, though. A lot, like, I'd say 80% of the time they're doing this. They're dumping a little bit, and then they're ripping. I'm seeing a lot of this. They're headed, because there's just still less people in the market, and they're just gouging liquidity. I see it all the time. Shout out to Marcus, 11121, man. My buddy Marcus, I love you, man. You got to text me, man, when you coming down. We're only here for one more month. It's going to go by so fast. We got so many people coming in and out. Check out Adam try to close above the 21 on the 6 hour. Interesting. Thank you, Sam, for all the time, dedication, and knowledge that you provide us on a daily. God bless you, Carsten Crypto 87, man. Thank you. Thank you for that comment, bro. Really nice. If everyone made a nice comment like that, think about how amazing this chat would be. God bless you, brother. Thank you. And that good energy you put out will come back to you tenfold. All right. Come work on these. I will teach you patience like having a baby girl when you're doing. Oh, my God. Shout out to Black Cat Syndicate. Escalades aren't easy, man. Getting to parts, you got to take out 100 things just to get to one thing. Shout out to the real Don D in the house. God bless you, brother. Thank you for being here. Stella looks good to me at 19. Just be careful for the stop hunt somewhere between 19 and 18.7. I've been seeing that a lot. It may not do it. You know, it may be a little beneficial to keep that stop below this resistance here, below 1882, maybe even below this, you know, the 200 if you can. It makes it a 2.5. It adds a little bit of risk, but it might actually keep the position safer. Stellar does look like the trade, though, of the week. It looks like it's in better position than most. It's got big volume. People know about it, and it's been trending. So, hey, if anything can pump, Stellar looks likely. We just want to see Bitcoin go back and forth now in the small time frames and play games for the next 6-7 hours so it can hold this key level, create enough built buy pressure through that consolidation to get us the bigger pump tonight as we coil. You're looking for a tight coil on Bitcoin. No stress. Just tight coil. You're setting up. You're waiting for your trade. Now, what if it pumps out of nowhere and you miss out? So be it. I guess it would be in like a rising wedge that goes parabolic and we miss out on this breakout. There's a chance that it does this and we do miss out. Like, so this is another possible scenario that I have seen in my life. It does make you show up a little too tight, and if it comes down a little bit, right, it just adds risk. If we wait for the 1 hour, we get a little better. Vivix BTC Traffic looks like generational inverse head and shoulder. I think his company is going to be a great company, and actually they found ways to make more money off of Bitcoin than Bitcoin. So it might actually, that might be the only thing to hold. June went by way too fast, man. Are you kidding me? Like, I just got here, bro, and June disappeared. It's weird for me because I do my show, right? And the show goes on, and the show goes on, and the show goes on. And next thing you know, it's weekly candle close, and weekly candle close. And somehow I'm like, how did I get to the weekly candle close again? So, like, I was looking for Strive to break out of this flag, get tight. I didn't get a call for it. We were projecting to see if it could stay inside the flag. Actually, it looked like it could make a move there. Fell out. You see this as a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I see what you're saying there. I mean, it's at a double bottom. It's the lowest it's ever been. You know, people lost a lot of faith. Yeah, Strive reports $2.8 million cash decline, $7 million drop in stock fair value. Huh. I mean, you got to really believe in it now. It's at the bottom, but it's discounted. It's definitely heavily discounted right now. For me, it's a lot easier to buy Bitcoin than this, for me. But, right? That's because you went to the Bitcoin conference. You were in travel mode. Can we see, man? No, that all ended in May, man. The Bitcoin conference was the end of April. April 26th to the 30th. Then I had to go to Miami in May. The weather got beautiful. I mean, I live in Florida. It's weird, too. My entire life, I waited for the winter to end, spring to come out, and then I got really excited for the good weather. And I'd be like, oh my God, it's finally nice again. Everyone knows what it's like to live in the Northeast, New York City, Boston, anywhere, you know, other places I'm not mentioning, Pennsylvania. And that first day where you can go outside without a coat on, like the first day you could just go outside. And then the first day, like the trees actually have a little bit of a bud growing on them and things start to come out and you're just like, You go to the park and you can smell grass again. Yeah, it's not just cold, barren, right? You can smell grass again. You can hear birds, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to be outside again. See, I was sick of being inside for 6 months out of the year, looking at a gray sky, wondering when I could play. So I moved to Florida so I could play every day. 90% of my days are beautiful days where I could go golfing. I could play. I could do it. Some days are almost so hot you can barely move. That's the only thing about Florida. But come October, it cools down. The last week of October, we get this. The humidity leaves. It's no longer so hot anymore. The rain stops completely. And honestly, we get a little bit of a drought. Like, it doesn't rain like November, December, January, February this year. It was 78 degrees and sunny with no rain 90% of the time. We got a little bit of a cold front in late December, where you guys got real cold. The rest of the country, we had a couple days. It went to like 39, 40 degrees at night. A couple days, but that was it. Yeah, but now, so now I don't go through that transition, but my mind tries to go through it. So it's really weird. So my mind tries to transition what it would be like, because I'm like, oh, here comes and then I come here in May, where they're just getting out of the winter finally. And I get the sense of it, but I'm coming from the nicest weather ever. It's weird, right? So I'm coming from like the nicest, most beautiful weather ever. It actually starts getting hotter in May. And then I come here. So look, my life is so weird now. I live in Florida for 9 months. Then I come to the Northeast right as the springtime ends. The coldest weather I get is literally in December. And during that May, at night, it's been 68 degrees here every night. Which for everybody that just chuckled is freezing for Florida, coming from Bushwick, Brooklyn. Exactly. Went from 60 to 100 in 3 days here. Yeah, right. And yeah, it gets hot there fast. Yeah. I enjoy the hot summer. See what he's saying? I enjoy the hot summer because the winters are long. Yeah, it's like, I don't have to do that anymore, Marcus, man. Can you believe it? Like, I'm done with that. Like there's days where I would be like, I have to go outside today. Like, some days I had to do something. You say the sink broke or something and I needed to fix it, get a few parts, and you got to be inside, and it's a beautiful day. And your buddy's like, we're going to the beach, we're bike riding, and you're like, oh, I'll catch up with you guys in a little while. And you're like, there's days where you have to be inside on a beautiful day. I'll be on the beach tomorrow for sure, my man. I've been at the beach every day, bro, for the last week, for weeks on end now. It's been amazing. My in-laws come up from Florida and they need jackets in PA at 65 degrees. Yeah, 65 is cold for us in Florida, man. We're surrounded by heavy humidity. So it's like the second we walk outside, it's hot around us. Our bodies are always. So the second the temperature's not hot around us, our bodies get to like. I used to be the strongest with cold weather. I didn't mind it. I was a Boston guy. And I'm telling you, man, now it's like, no. I live in the hills of Connecticut. Every morning this week, out my bedroom window, I'm inside a cloud. Humidity has been maxed out here. Interesting. I just like the heat so my joints don't hurt. Yeah. Me too. I used to get pains in my knees when it rained. Yeah, I got some like issues that hurt in the rain. Yeah, my broken hand gets super sore. I told you, don't get if you try to trade right now, you're gonna get. I believe you'll get chopped up. Yeah, one minute looks promising. 1 minute looks like you might get the pop here, just to the top of the channel. It's just high risk stuff, It could even right shoulder. I just let the 1 hour do its thing, man. I grew up in Bushwick, Brooklyn, my man. It's raining here today. Habchu is having sleepy time. Habchu is the car. I love that car, man. I love that. Oh, you, my man. Look, shout out to my man, Master Friend. And if you're in my Discord and you want to learn how to handle, you keep getting rocked. You don't know what you're doing with your leverage. You're having problems, right? You're struggling. Seriously, you're in, you know what I mean? You've joined other Discords before. You want more. You know there's more out there. We provide more. We do. We give that to you. Check out my man. For an extra $300, you could jump on in to 3 sessions, and that's a one-time payment in my Discord. It just gives you an upsell added mentorship inside the Discord, where you get 3 mentorships from my man who works tirelessly every single week for the channel and for the group. He loves the Crypto Lifer brand. He's all about it. Check it out, man. My man, Master Friend. All right. And we're going to be doing other stuff later on in the future, too. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. But that's an upsell inside the Discord if you want that extra 3 sessions a week, man. And he's like, guy goes like, he's so loyal to me, man. People have tried to poach him. He could have been poached many times. He could have started communities. He could have done so many things. He's always been a loyal lifer. Me and him have rocked together for a long time. God bless. And you know what? Here's to the future of Master Friend and Aliens and everything else, man. I love you, bro. I love it, Marcus. Thanks for the energy, baby. 47 Harmon Street. I guess I can give it out now that I don't live there anymore. Oh, yeah. Now we're going to backtrack your address and find out who you are. The big red place that looks like a prison. Nah, that was my apartment. Oh, yeah, that place is big and red. I know that place. I used to drive by it all the time. 94 Bush. I know exactly what you're talking about. I always wondered what the heck that big red building was. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you going. Stick to the plan, not your mode. Yeah, I show up every day no matter how I feel. Some days I don't feel like live streaming. I want to be outside with my kids are about to go somewhere fun. They have all planned a trip. They're going on a hike. They're all excited. I want to be with my family. I want to go with them. And I say, hey, babe, I'll catch you guys when you get back at 12. Whatever, no big deal. I live a beautiful life. I'm not trying to cry about it. I'm just telling you that, like, I do whatever I have to do every day, no matter what. 93 in Sedan Street, 360 Jefferson. Should be a little familiar. I love it. Like I said, I'm not going to lie. I do miss the city. Love you, Sammy. Love you, aliens. I'm in Bushwick, too. See, we got how many people in Bushwick here on the stream? Isn't this funny? I could put people together, man. A lot of lifers become friends because they understand. I was freezing at 74 degrees. You're funny, man. How funny is that I used to be a fireman in Bushwick? Odd Chancy, 25 Rockaway. There's a January and moved to Texas this year. Wow, that's crazy, man. Bro, the strain of discipline is lighter than the agony of 100%. Yeah, you either have one pain, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of regret hurts way more than being disciplined, so just be disciplined. I'm working in the cold and snow like North Dakota cold. Wow. I don't mind working in the cold. Boston over here. Shout out to Ricky, man. When did you start trading? I started trading when I was about 23 years old. I am 43 now. I've been through a plethora of different time periods and different types of trading. Started trading the New York Stock Exchange. Started trading really gold and silver. And then I moved to the Toronto Stock Exchange where I got into other stocks. And then I went from there. Shout out to Crazy J 2010. God bless you, bro. Let's go lobster rolls over here, Sammy. Hey, lobster rolls every Friday at the church near my house, 3 to 6. I'm finally going to do it tomorrow. I've said for years I'm going to get that lobster roll. I never did it. I only do it during the street fair. We got a street fair on July 8th. If you want to come on and meet me at the street fair in Vineyard Haven, come on in. I moved from Florida, Sarasota, Bushwick, Brooklyn, and didn't come back for 14 years. I moved from Florida, Sarasota, Florida, to Bushwick, Brooklyn, and didn't come back for 14 years. And now you're back in Florida? Woodside represent. Where's my man in Wood? I lived in Woodside, bro. I lived in Woodside for 12 years of my life. 63rd Street, baby. 63rd Ave, actually. I was on 63rd Ave. No, 43rd Ave. I was on 43rd Ave. I don't even remember. 43rd Ave and 60th Street. I lived a block from the KFC in Woodside. Unbelievable. Mom was from Queens, man. I lived in Queens. I went to St. John's. I lived in Spanish Harlem for about 4.5 years. Then I moved back to Queens. I lived in Queens for I basically did about 15 years in Queens. I know the song that says forgive, but we don't forget, but I don't know if I ever forgive him. It's a joke. I don't actually because, yeah, amen. When you feel a little stricken down in pain, consider sharpening an iron requires striking and rubbing it against something strong. The struggles will be worth it 100%. I like my lobster hot with butter, man. You like a cold lobster roll? No. I want my lobster a little warm with butter. Toasted bun. Don't play me. Connecticut style. Yeah. Late to the stream. Shout out to Erwick, man. God bless you, bro. I'm doing better. We should be able to kind of pick up from where we left off by, when I get home, I'm going to get another MRI, have the doctor look at me one more time. And then, Your thoughts on the 5-day? I like the 5-day right now. That's what I was talking about. It's got a bullish engulfing candle. It's got a nice wick. Definitely could be a place to long. Very oversold in the stochastics. And we got bull div. To me, it looks like a beautiful long. But, only time will tell. Yeah, only time will tell. I do like what I'm seeing, though. I do like what I'm seeing. Yeah, nothing too crazy in the last 24 hours. A couple little coins ripping, but not, it's not like, it's not a frenzy right now. We showed you basically everything that's on the market, and some looks like it's continued to pump there. That downward wick, I wouldn't be surprised if it does go to 27. Just be very careful. Some people think it could go to the billions and become one of the biggest coins ever. There's a chance. I mean, the guy's got a lot of clout in the space, so I didn't even know who he was until about a year and a half ago, so everyone seemed to know who he was. I didn't. I don't know why, but I just, I was stuck in the charts for so long. So remember, to leave you kind of where we're at, we're watching to see if we can hang above this support or resistance level. Hope I didn't erase it. Yeah, there we go. I want to see if we can hang above this support and resistance level, and I want to see us channel this into a beautiful flag. It may not take this long. Usually it's a little smaller. Like, let's hope it's only like, something like this. But we don't know for sure. And I'm not saying the long right now, but this is what I'm planning. I plan my trades way before the trades happen, so I can see them before they happen and execute and get them done. See what I'm saying? Important style. So, everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And, yeah, let me take a look at the chat right now before I jump on out of here one last time. See what's happening in the chat. Intermission. Shout out to everyone watching here on X. God bless you. Shout out to everyone watching here on WEEX. Such a blessing. And we're live trading here on WEEX every day on the channel. If you want to jump on in, hit the pinned comment. We make it very simple to join or sign up to WEEX or to join the trading group. Go to cryptolifer.com. I provide constant reviews of the market every single day. I missed all that back and forth about Bushwick. Work, man. I feel you. Lobster's an excellent vehicle for butter. I love that. Success in life is more valuable because of the struggles, challenges, and obstacles it takes. Greatness is never achieved by easy means. No. Yesterday was a bad trading day. I remember your words, consistency. So welcome today, and so far so good. I recover what I lost yesterday. Thank you, Sam. Say, there you go, man. The same thing happened. Yesterday was a good trading day for me. The day before was a bad trading day. See, so I went through the same thing you did just a day before. One instead of butter, they put mayonnaise and salad on it. That's really weird. I don't mind the mayonnaise in the salad either. I don't mind that, actually. I can have it that way, too. I just like the butter more. Have a lovely day, Sam, and everyone. Shout out to Zachariak. A hot dog bun. Yeah, you got to put it in a hot dog bun. That's what it is. Thanks for the education you're giving us. God bless you. Check the email Sam sent you. Info on how Aaron Kibbles at a pool jacuzzi. Thank you for all you do. Gratitude, sir. God bless you, man. Thank you. Very nice of you to do that. Thank you, Andre. Yeah, people using copper to clean the pool instead of any chemicals. People use copper instead of chlorine. That's the Boston coming out there, yeah. Well, now, it cannot fully replace as the primary sanitizer in the swimming pool. It lacks the oxidative capacity and other. While copper is an effective algicide that prevents algae growth, it does not provide comprehensive sanitizer to oxidize organic contaminants. Systems are best used in supplement to chlorine, creating a hybrid approach that reduces the chlorine dependency by 50% and lowers the chlorine levels by a lot. Yes, you can lower the dependency, though, for sure. I like that. I think that's a good idea. So, yeah, we're watching. And again, if you're in my trading group, you're going to be updated throughout the day of what I see, what's happening. If I take a scalp, and I'm just going to keep kind of going with what we're seeing. Huh. Sam oiled up. I see you looking fresh, man. Thank you, brother. Life, I can literally get you any info on any product at wholesale price, but only for the lifers. Email me with pool stuff? What do you mean? Any info on any product at wholesale price, but only for the lifers. All right, just email me, Crypto Lifers. Let me know. I bought the website. Now I go look at it. The drop-down menu is beautiful. I would say so myself. I'm trying to follow you there. Sammy, go love on our girls. I pray for you and the healing 100%. God bless you, man. Thank you. You're so nice, bro. The Boston is coming on. I know, right? No, I know you're not joking. I'm trying to see what website, though. Just jump in your pool with a pair of copper boots and walk around. Yeah. Kill the like button, peeps. Everyone hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Look, we're getting a little bit of a bounce here back to the upside, but you want this to dump first. Remember about candles that open green. They end up red. We want candles to open red. They end up green. Master friend taught me well, man. You know what I mean? And I use that in many different ideas now. All sorts of concepts when trading bigger or smaller time frames. Let's take a look at the bubbles. Gwei was hot recently. M was the winner today. Beat came back a little bit. Uni, Ondo, Pump. A little bit action in these altcoins in the last 24 hours. The last day and in the last week, we got some winners. I did put out ADI recently, or started looking at it at least. It came on my radar. So let's see what happens here as price action. And again, this could turn into a nasty dump. Some may actually short this back to the 21. You know what I'm saying? There's a possible short opportunity here back to the 21-day moving average. It's just not my expertise. I don't do it all the time. But I wouldn't be surprised because you got to come back to the 21. My thing is I wouldn't want to see us break support or resistance, so I'd like us to come there. It's only a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio. That very well may play out, though. I'd much rather wait for consolidation. If we make a right shoulder, I'll short the right shoulder. If we make the flag, I'll short the flag. Both look like they take 10 hours to play out, 6 to 8 hours. So I figure on a low volume day, I won't force it, right? I think that's a good decision. I'd love to force everyone into trades, make tons of money, let's go, but I got to take it for what it is, one day at a time, one step at a time, and not overtrade. So there it is. But God bless you all. Thank you so much for being awesome and hanging out with me. You didn't have to, but you did. And most of you spent the whole time with me. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to. It was an amazing time, though. I thought we had a good time. I feel good about the show. And, we made it to 12 o'clock like we do every single day over here. Hey, baby, hey. So anyway, I love you all. I appreciate you all more than you would ever know. I thank everyone that came to the stream today and gave their, a little piece of who they are. Whether it was a chat, whether it was saying something, whether it was a super chat, whether you just showed up and gave your time. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. From my kids to your kids, from my wife to your wife, from my family to your family. This is a mom and pop shop with a very small amount of employees. We love you. We appreciate you guys more than you would ever know. We'll be back tomorrow with another awesome, fun-filled, educated, and possibly some live trading. I'll keep you up to date in the Discord. If I see anything, don't overtrade. It is a holiday week. Tomorrow is the, July 4th observed. They're closing the regular stock market. The whole weekend, most people are going to turn off their computers. They usually like to dump us when people aren't paying attention. I've noticed that on American holidays, but stay focused. I love you all. 61.5 is a great price for us to be at right now as we've battled off. The bull div looks nice. If anything, I believe the number one right now, and I'm not a financial advisor, but if I had to say anything, I believe right now DCAing into Bitcoin is the greatest opportunity right now in the history of your life. Most people can't see that. I love you all. The secret to success is getting started. Even when it comes to Bitcoin, get off of zero. Some people own zero Bitcoin. I can't believe it. I love you all. See you tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you, and thank you for an amazing live stream. We did it again. May God keep me healthy, safe, and amazing for my next stream tomorrow. May I have a good night's sleep. May you have a great day. And I'll see you guys. Shout out to WEEX. Shout out to the people on X and YouTube and everyone that supports the lifer. May God bless you all. Thank you so much. The secret to success is getting started. You've got this. You can, you will. You're all the best. I love you. Thank you.